37 minutes left. Alright, welcome back to another video, my powerful MVP family. This is the girl Miss Beck with yet another video. And tonight this video is really piggybacking off a comment or a contribution. I won't just call it a comment, but a contribution made by a trained doctor, Master Richard Rowe, probably I should say Dr. Richard Rowe, who happened upon the channel and wanted to contribute to the conversation. So tonight I want to talk about beyond the stethoscope, what Jamaica's healthcare really need from us. I want to give a big shout out to Miss Veronica Tate also. Miss Veronica, she, respectfully referenced my weight, and I wanted to wear one of my shirts to become a stronger, better me, 1 pound at a time. And yes, I in navigating these streets of YouTube, my weight loss journey was part of the videos that I shared. So the playlist, if you get into the playlist, you'll see different aspects of, different samples of things that, as I said, this channel is a one-stop shop where there is weight loss, there is cooking, there is poetry, there are different things here. So if you just click on the playlist, guys, the soup kitchen was a big thing dear to our hearts. And unfortunately, as I said, the soup kitchen was a way that us, the MVP family, gave back to Jamaica's needy community. I said we started out with 21 people serving breakfast and hot dinners 3 days a week. And it was doing very well. We built the kitchen, but as I said, it wasn't on land that I owned. We built it. The person who, when I spoke to Life with Bev Brown, she has a channel. If you haven't gone over to support her, please go over and see. She makes some beautiful comments as well on my videos. So when I reached out to find out how I could give back, the idea came. I said, if we could cook and give it to people, get it. And she said, yes, she would have done it. The joke or the interesting thing, guys, is that when she said yes, she showed me the pot, she showed me everything. This was a woman who, guys, if just to think of how happy she was to do what she could for those in need in her community at Sunderland St. James. And that when I found out, she didn't even have, the place she was cooking was right there in her living room. So her little living room she had the stove, we provided the gas, we provided the funds to buy food. She never got paid. This was something she did from the goodness of her heart. And when you look at it, I said, boy, we really need to build a kitchen. And in so doing, we MVP family, they come together. Ernestine and my sister Ernestine and her daughter from the UK, they were so invested in it. I mean, they contributed up to the last minute when it closed. And we were hoping it would have been able to be reopened, but again, when we did it, I was working as a teacher. I made a budget to support, and with Ernestine and her daughter from the UK who consistently contributed, we were able to get it done. At retirement, I had to take a hard look at that, but we didn't stop it because of that, because we had Ernestine who was still contributing, but the problem was our manager was not able to continue cooking and serving the community. It's not just cooking, it needs people to help carry the food. She was walking miles each day we cooked to deliver food to the needy. Then we got somebody who would have helped, but once our manager started, she had some family issues to deal with. She couldn't manage. She says there's no way she could manage it. The needs, the things that were needed of her was too much. So, with that said, as I said, tonight we're just going to talk about beyond the stethoscope. And so, as I said, this channel, it has been a one-stop shop. I've sung, I've done the videos with me singing. You will see where I started at over 300 and something pounds, and see that I gradually, with the walking and the dancing and everything else, I did lose down to being the 200 and high, 200 and maybe 80 something, but you'll see me in clothing that were like never dreamed of getting on this body, and I was able to fit in very, from a size 30 I went down to a size 24, and I'm still fitting into size 24s, because one video I just did in a grayish bluish outfit, kind of glittery, that's a 24, and I'm fitting comfortably in them. So it's life, and we go on, and we embrace who we are, and we never allow our weight or our color or whatever to define who we are. It's who we are inside, how we treat people, the respect we give. Those are things that value much, much more than anything else. So thanks to you guys for caring. Thank you to all of you who are new to the channel. I'd so appreciate it. Please remember to watch the videos to the end and to share them out so that we can continue growing. I really appreciate the new atmosphere of my channel. I wanted to be respectful. I wanted to be people to be involved. I wanted to share your thoughts. But as I said, please, let's do it respectfully. Let's speak sweet words, just in case you have to swallow them tomorrow. But tonight, guys, with all that said, Master Richard mentioned in the comment section that he's retired and is probably going to be returning to Jamaica. He left a very, very long time ago, and he's a trained physician, he said, and he wants to organize. That's his plan, to organize, to have a medical thing done where they can come down and provide medical care for those in need on a short-term basis. So then when I read that, then I said, all right, that is awesome. But what's going to happen when they leave? And so this is what I have to share tonight. Because tonight, as I said, beyond the stethoscope, what Jamaica's healthcare really need from us, and because we look at the free screenings, but we want to give what keeps giving. So my idea is that we're thankful for every professional who returns with a heart to serve. Screenings are a blessing, they are, but when the doctor leaves, the struggle still remains though. So our hospitals and clinics are not just underfunded, they are undersupplied. So if you truly want to help, go beyond the diagnosis. Help us with what keeps patients comfortable, clean, mobile, and nourished. So in my thoughts, I'm thinking gloves and gowns save lives, but they're always running out, right? These are things that are needed. Every examination, every wound, dressing, every patient interaction requires gloves. So in my head, I'm thinking that when you look at hospitals, they go through hundreds of boxes per week. So donating gloves, some gowns, some masks, some sanitizers, that helps keep infections down and care consistent. It's not just about medicine, it's about the dignity. Many patients, especially the elderly and disabled, they lack basic care items, right? So when we talk about some chucks, the disposable sheets, the adult and child pampers, we have the neonatal sections that can really benefit from some pampers. Washcloths, towels, soap, those are the things that I'm thinking of when I thought about people coming back and they're packing the containers. A lot of times you have family members who's I remember my sister in New York. She's a social worker there, and there were people who had pampers. And when the patient passes away and they have all these boxes of pampers that they had received from Medicaid and they're just sitting there, my sister used to collect them. She used to ask for them, collect them, and was able to help somebody else who needed it but wasn't able to afford it, So those are the things that if we're packing things to come home, we can add those to our containers and just contribute them to the hospital nearest to where we're living. So if we're in Trelawney, if we're in Falmouth area, in one of the gated communities, we're shipping down these containers, or just ship a barrel with something, pack a barrel or a box with some of these items that you can just donate to the Falmouth Hospital. It will make a difference. A few sheets, whether, I don't know. But things to just, that will last a while. We don't want the pitch by night, fly a day, pitch a night, or something like that. We want something that's consistent and wholesome. It's better for them to have, even though sometimes even in these places you have people who are taking the things and selling them and taking them home for their personal use, and this is what kills the system, I remember the person, let me tell you, it's the truth. In times gone by when there's no accountability. People are employed by these places, the fire station, the healthcare system, and I remembered somebody who would get up in the morning, get dressed for work. Students are waiting for things to be done, and the person walk around, talk until just went back to bed, take off her clothes and go back to bed, and didn't show up. Salaries were not affected. For people who goes to work and cook and eat and just chill, or they're just gone. I remembered in 1999 we came and there was a dispute right in the yard I was staying at the family house. My uncle was a cabinet maker, and somebody brought some furniture there for him to do something to it. And after he finished, the people came for the things without paying for it. They just came and demanded that they need to have it. So they didn't even stop at his workshop. They came into the yard itself. I just came from church that Sabbath evening when a whole host of them just came in and they want them stuff and this and that. So I decided to call the police station, ask them to come down, and so that nobody got, because there were a couple of young men there who were trying to act big and bad. My uncle was saying, where's my money? Where's my money? And my furniture, me want and this and that. And so he's asking for his money for the time he put into to repair the furniture and all that. And they didn't want to hear that. They wanted to take the things. So I was a little bit like, guys, you're not reasonable here. Come on now. And they were just cussing and carrying on in the patois. Because then again I said, patois is something that when you cuss, patois is a tough language. It's if you ever stop to think of patois, if you speak English, when you get frustrated, let me tell you something, maybe a lot of fights wouldn't happen. Because when you walk into somebody and right now I'm sitting on my comfort, sir, I'm here to pick up my things. I know they're finished, but I'm here to pick them up. And my uncle would have probably said in English, he says, well, it was 5,000 to do them. Do you have my 5,000? And the person might have said, in that kind of tone, it's hard to get angry. But just think of Patro every time somebody says, go suck out your mama, what, and see how it riles up other people. Patro is interesting. So it's a good thing for jokes and for, the social kind of, but when you get frustrated in Patro, it is a hardcore stuff. So they're carrying on, and I called the police station. And you know what they were doing with the vehicles? There's nobody to come and no supervisor to come check on them. Nobody, so they used to take the vehicle and just go look for the mom and them. So when you call the station with a real situation, no, there's no vehicle. The vehicle is not here now, ma'am. And I'm saying, but isn't somebody there that can come down to stop a fight? You're going to wait till somebody gets killed? Can't you reach out, radio the people? And so, ma'am, the vehicle is just not here now. And so, luckily, I was able to talk calmly to the people and to my uncle especially. I said, just let them go on with it, because at the end of the day, it's not even worth it. So a lot of times, we are the people who are tearing down the system itself. Because when we don't show up to work, but we're collecting our full paycheck, when we are taking things from the institutions, the more you take is the less the institution is going to have to suffice for emergencies, etc. So sometimes we are the ones who are making it bad. The workers in these places, we have to be committed to what we do. And so, again, some of the ways that we can really give back and to hold people accountable is, when you think of all the other things along with mobility matters as well. A lot of people, they're there. Sometimes they probably hop around and get better quicker if they had the means to help them get around. Because independence is good, if you have the nurses and they're overwhelmed as it is. But if you have canes and walkers and crutches and wheelchairs, if we can donate those things to an institution instead of the nurse have to be there. If the nurse don't move the patient, they can't move. Could you imagine if people were able to be more independent? They can get up, go to the bathroom for themselves instead of waiting on the nurse to come and help them. If they could just get up and do more, the more active they become, the quicker they can get well and go home. So those are some of the things that matters. Some recover but can't leave the hospital due to lack of mobility tools, right? And these are game changers. One donation can mean freedom for even one. So just imagine like 10 people donate. That's 10. You know what I'm saying? That is 10 that will become a game changer, and 10 that will be freedom for somebody. A lot of people have homes they can go to, but they need the support. What about food? Food is medicine too, But many patients go hungry. I told you about Vashti. She was on our the MVP, or the Blessings for Soup Kitchen. we called our soup kitchen the Blessing Soup Kitchen. It was a blessing to many. Today I saw Bev Brown did a video with one of the recipients from the soup kitchen. And you know how much him get twice a month? Twice a month from social service, whatever they call it. Twice a month. Every 2 months, him get $6,000. Just think about $6,000, my God, to feed somebody. 6,000 mean that them can't have light in them house, because how them go pay it? 6,000 a month mean that them have to have a drum or something with liquor water in it. And if the water done and they have to buy water, heaven forbid. So we did the soup kitchen and they were getting the meal we used to provide funds so that they could, that Life with Bev Brown, she used to make sure they get to the medical appointments. Today she was doing the video. If you go over, you'll see her video for today, talking to Mas Enos, interviewing an old man or interviewing something she said, the Life with Bev Brown, that is. And that's what she was referencing the soup kitchen, how it was a blessing because we provided that she could take them to their appointments. So those are things that count. Unfortunately, I but my heart, that's where my heart was. Just giving back to those who are in need. And so when we think of those in the hospital, how we can give back to the hospital though, we know that a lot of patients, when, for whatever reason, whether it's surgery, whatever, the jello is a big thing, right? What about ensure? So some patients depend on family to bring food that them themselves don't even have to bring. And so little things like jello packs, oatmeal, tea bags, crackers, hard crackers can soak in your tea and enjoy it and fill your belly and belch, meal replacement drinks like Ensure and Suppligen, if they want to drop off a food voucher so that them don't get everything one time and then somebody responsible. So we know that when the stuff go there, nobody not carry to them yard. Somebody's accountable for the vouchers, so the food is only bought with it when it's needed. Boy, in my head, there misses so much ways we can help. But again, it's just the lack of, like, the people have to be on the same page. That means when the stuff go there, it's not wasted, it's not, as I said, packed and go home. A lot of people, even though they're getting paid, you have the police, them still have out there shit down people if you get extra. The nurses, them not make it, everybody not make enough. So any which way them can take something because, and it's not that we're not making enough, It's just that because what we make, we don't live within our means. A lot of it is because we're not living within our means. Because a lot of us, we might have a little car, we might have, but we need a bigger house and we need a bigger car and we need, lace wigs and we need Clarks and we're not looking at humility and common sense spending. And so it puts us in this situation where sometimes we end up having to take what other people forget in order to make up what we have. Because when we do the nails and the hair and everything and the money done, then no food, and you see, all right, people don't need these things, but it's like a quick fix and what. I think, okay, I'm this, So guys, it's just one of them things where I just feel like if people are just willing to work together and just do their part the way they can do it, as long as you do your part, then it's like, a lot of people saying people them not have bed, you go sit down on chair all night. I don't know. I saw Vashti how it was. She laid on them hard chairs for the whole night. And she got there sick. She went there sick. And them just chain her up because she was walking like, like Bev Brown had to bring her and she was by herself and she'll just be up in her face and, she would. And so then give her the injection and just chain her up and something and left her for the night. Whole night. Bev Brown was sitting there, she did the videos. We couldn't even show the videos out. If it was now and I had those videos, I would actually put it in this to people to see that the need is great. And she was in Cornell Regional Hospitals, one of them hospital that was, I know they're adding and they're doing whatever they're doing down there. I think the Seventh-day Adventist space up there gave them some space there to do whatever. But when they're building the big houses and it's done, boom, boom, boom. But then when they to look how long the hospitals have to be taken to be finished, So it's just like you look at the place and people are telling me, I'm calling it a third world developing country, and I said, is Jamaica third world country? You're wrong, da 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 da. But look at how they're behaving though, It's too much. It's too much unnecessary stuff from the top come down. It's like it just come to a point where as you get to this point, we're cool, we're fine. We can eat, we can drink, we can go to the private hospital, or we can fly out to Jamaica and go get medical care. So right here we're good. But everything under, which is the biggest piece under there, heaven help them, you know. So I'm just saying, guys, the stethoscope is good. We can do so much with you know, the screenings and to identify the issues. But then what happens? You know, what happens? What about wound care? What about pressure relief, ongoing support? Donations of bandages, diabetic kits, blood pressure machines can help patients manage conditions long after your visit is over. Or the hospital can have enough to do what they need to do. You know, a lot of people with asthma and stuff like that, if we donate some nebulizers and so they don't have to come in and wait on one station, but they have access to stuff, the albuterol for the nebulizers. I remember one person when we were doing the chickens for the soup kitchen, we were raising chickens as well. For the soup kitchen, we had a person who volunteered to raise the chickens for the soup kitchen, and finding out that her son was asthmatic, she was asthmatic. And we were able, the MBP family was able to donate the nebulizing machine or whatever that was. And with that, I bought also 100 packs of albuterol for them. Might not last forever, but it gave relief for some time, you know. And so the little bit of things, man, it can make a big change. And so, again, true service leaves something behind, right? True service leaves something behind. Free screening save lives, but supplies sustain care. So when they have the supplies, they're able to continue to do what needs to be done. If you're returning to serve, ask, what can I leave that will keep giving long after I've gone? What can I leave that will continue giving after you leave? So build a care kit, ship a barrel of health, rally your community abroad. Don't just give your time, give tools, give dignity, and give daily relief. I mean, I can sit here and talk, but I'm telling you guys, it can work. It can work. I'm telling you, you know, for me, I don't have much, and what I had was a family of children, my sister, my brother. If I said I'd like to get this done, they're on board. There are people on my channel who every project I've done, every item I've sold, they have supported what I do. They are members to the channel. Guys, come on now. You know, aren't you getting enough here that you can even become a member to the channel? Become a member, man. I have 10 members. Hype it up, man. Hype it up and give me some more. You know, we have the videos, and if you're liking the videos, you can say thank you. You can give a thank you donation under the video somewhere. There's a little thing that says thank you. You click on it, man, and you can donate something. You know, for me, as I said, I don't need anything, because if I'm hungry, my children will never make me go hungry. I don't need anything. Right now we're getting ready. Hopefully soon we'll get the names of the kids who have done well on the thing. And give a big shout out to Sister Ernestine again from the UK, who sent more funding, is it yesterday, the day before yesterday? So that will be added. We already have $1,459, and what she sent will give us, I think, about 1,470. Because every little bit counts. They have just been giving and giving and giving. I think out of everything they gave about 500 and something. It's about 600 now with that $27 that she sent again. Because they just kept on supporting. So guys, those of you who are new onto the channel, I don't want it to be a burden, but the scholarship fund is to help parents buy the books for their children. The kids who are taking the PEP exam now, the MBP family, we have reached out, and you know, people heard me. People heard me, and they came on board, and they contributed. And so we want to give the parents, we had said 15,000 Jamaican to each if we have 10 of them or so. Right now we have enough to give more than 15,000, but we also have a parent that we are going to support who has 3 children, and the 3 children, they go to the entire school year that is getting ready to close. The kids went to school without one textbook. So what had happened was we had decided to, I spoke to Lady K from the UK, because they have been sending so much funds. So I'd reach out to say, well, this guy, the driver for my little orphan here, she's not an orphan anymore. She calls me grandma. Well, she calls me mom, she calls me grandma. But her, when I secured the vehicle for her for school, and the guy picks up a lot of kids and takes to school, but sometimes a lot of people don't have it to pay him. So he had sent out a message that was so heartrending, and I was talking to Lady K from the UK, and we decided that we would ask him for one parent that had multiple kids that he's picking up, and the parent is owing money, can pay the money. And so he said, okay, he would have gotten back to me, let him get in his book. When he got back to me, he said to me, Miss Bev, you know what? I can manage. Some people paid, and I'll be all right. But he said, this one mother who has 3 of them that I pick up every day, that goes to school all through the year. One boy is in the 6th grade, and they don't have one textbook, not one book for class they got, because she couldn't afford it. He said, I would love if you would give that fund to her, to help the big boy go to get books for school for next school year. So whether he passed the PEP or not, I just applaud the driver so much. I so respect him. And we earmarked that amount too, because he should have gotten a certain amount, and we're earmarking that amount to give to the parent. So she'll get a voucher. I'm not giving cash to anyone. Everybody will get a voucher. I like the vouchers, because then they will have to go in and use the funds to get what we want them to get. So we're waiting now. So if any one of you want to contribute, guys, as I said, the GoFundMe for the Blessing Soup Kitchen is still open. It's still live. You can donate there. The links are there in the descriptions. If you want to do PayPal, if you want to do whatever it is, we're transparent. Your name will be recorded and posted in the community page. If you go in the community, I know a lot of posts have gone in since, but if you scroll through the community posts, you will see all of those who contributed, and you'll see, we're very transparent so that people's monies go where they need to go. And so tonight I'm just saying to us, we're coming home. Remember, the needs are great in Jamaica. We all know Jamaica wasn't rich. We all know that there was so much corruption here. So because we know that, we don't need to, the government must do. It doesn't make sense we beat a dead donkey. The donkey dead, and you beat it, it's not move. But if we can just come together and say, you know what, where we are going to be proactive. We are going to take this up and this challenge on, because we're able to. And just do the best we can. We are able to. When we fix the potholes. You think the president, the prime minister and the people are going to drive on our road? No, we, the taxi man, them every day. So everybody come together and say, boy, them taxi, them something don't mash up with vehicle. We have to take a day, make we fix it. And we benefit from it. Make we fix it. But we just sit back and say, boy, them now fix the road, them not do nothing. And people have voted for them and they, where them I go get it from to do it? You look at your mayor, where am I go get it from to do nothing? So sometimes you just have to just stop stressing yourself and just do some of the stuff yourself. Because you know them now coming where you're there, and so you just do it. Instead of have your vehicle and mash up every minute you have to put on. Just do it. Just come together. And just get the stone and the something them and just fill up the hole them. Just fill up the hole. Just clean the trench them. So that we know the water can run somewhere else instead of a run on the road and mash up the road. And just some look my life. That makes sense. We beat up, we gum. And no matter how we are beg and play every year, for so many years. And we still sit down and beat up with gum like anything I could get done. Nothing get done. If they even come and show like something we're doing when election near, that is it. As rainfall, it wash you again and election come and we vote them right back in. And the saga continues. So we have to start being proactive and stop appoint and expect and what them do, what them do. They're never there. They've never been there and they'll never be there. So let us just do our best the way we can. This is a girl, Miss Bev. Listen, guys, I love you, guys. I so appreciate all of you, and thank you for the comments. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the likes. Just share out the videos, guys, and ask your families and your friends to just watch the videos. There's so many videos. I have over 1,500 videos, and they are in playlist. And you can just go and watch them, guys, and talk to me in the comments. And you know, just encourage and uplift. You know, that's all we need to do, encourage and uplift. You might be saying something to me like, Miss Tate, tonight she spoke about my weight, but she did it so encouragingly, so respectfully. So I was able to explain to her about my knee surgery when I tore the ligament in my knee. And she says, it is such a long explanation. Yeah, because a lot of people, they see weight on people and they don't stop to say, did they take some medication that had steroids in it and it blow them up? Did they go through some form of surgery that prevent them from move and so the weight came on? But people just see weight and they become disrespectful. I remember seeing this, you know, so this young man, he was talking about, I was showing off, how could I, who forget how to speak patois, who forget I think I'm better than speaking patois, and da-da-da, and then he got onto my weight, like, I said, how to see how the weakness, and the you know, when people just inside of them, they just have the need to put somebody down. But you can put me down. You know, I work hard and I've done a lot in my life. I've accomplished a lot. One person told me, I was talking about, you know, I said, I don't think that patois is, I'm better than speaking patois. That's not it. I said in my school, I have delegated so that instead of bilingual education, now we have a multilingual. That means that the Caribbean children were part of it. They were getting services, you know, because I remembered a kid who came from the islands, and he asked a guy, a male teacher, for a rubber, and the guy, it became a whole right up and sexual problem, because rubber, of course, it's considered a condom, and so they figure the little boy was asking him for a condom. So I had to speak up, and I said, you know, we look at these children when they come and yet they ask for a rubber, and you laugh at them or you say that they're being disrespectful. But let's look at what is it that you do. We put this fancy name, eraser. But what does a rubber do? It rubs things out, right? It rubs things out. That's a rubber. To rub. So if we don't understand the culture and understand, then the kids are at a disadvantage. You have a little kid will come in and go, "Me want to go to toilet," and the whole class busts out a laugh after the little picnic, and oh my God, he want to go to toilet, and they make it ridicule these children, when in truth they talk about it's bathroom, like they're going in there to take a bath in there at any point. So the kids, yes, the terms, and so I look at sometimes when they take the reading exams, when they used to do the CMTs in Connecticut, and a lot of kids were bright kids, but because they don't have the background knowledge for items in the reading, then they cannot answer correctly. Like they will have something with, oh, it's winter, mom went out and she bought comforters for the children, and a blue one for John, and the kid is reading all of that, but in her head or in his head doesn't have a clue what a comforter is. And so all of these things were taken away from children being successful, and they weren't getting any kind of a support, because they're coming from these islands where, even though English is the language, most of them come with their social language, and so that can become a problem as well. So yeah, I advocated, and our kids were getting signed up to be part of these programs. They were getting support. And so other things that I said, when they come, I was able to advocate between teachers and the student, because some teachers don't understand. And so I was able to say, no, it's okay, I got this, I'll take care of this one, this is what they meant. And I would have, when we have our team meetings, I was able to advocate for these kids. And the person said, oh, well, I have achieved more than you. Who was competing with anyone? So guys, when you leave in the comments, think of me as a human being over here. And look, I'm not competing with anyone. Don't put me down, because I've worked hard and I've done a lot in my lifetime. You want to leave a comment, ask a question, make it decent. Respect me, because I respect everyone. I never come out here putting anyone down. If I say how I say, I'm looking at my experiences now and I'm just sharing them. And that is it. So you make it a great night by choice. Miss Bev appreciates you. This one-stop shop with everything. Get in there on the playlist. Become a member. That would be nice. It will encourage me. That's how you can help me on this side of the totem pole, and and just share out the videos and let us grow together. If you can be good, be careful, but walk good, do good, and just live good. Treat people the way you want to be treated, because it's a good thing. And let me try this thing my son bought me. Come on.